Hey guys, Jill here from Ask a Vet Tech. Today we're going to talk about what to do if your pet has seizures. If this is the first time that you've ever seen your pet have a seizure, it can be terrifying. And nothing can quite prepare you to watch your fur baby shaking on the floor pretty violently, urinating or defecating, or just drooling everywhere. I'm going to give you some tips and tricks today to kind of help you because it's very scary for you, even though your pet doesn't really know what's going on. The best thing you can do when you notice your pet is having a seizure is move them to a safe spot. If they're on the couch, put them on the floor. If they're near a tree or a rock outside, get them to some grass. Please take your personal safety into consideration because you're no good at helping your dog if your face is bitten or your hands are chewed up. Move all other pets and small children away from the situation. Them being there can just make it worse. Start a timer as soon as you notice the seizure starting. You want to know exactly how long that seizure has been going on for. Seizures can happen for a multitude of reasons. Sometimes they happen on wake cycles where your pet falls asleep and they're abruptly woken up, they go into a seizure. Sometimes it's the sleep cycle that causes it. Startling noises, low blood sugar, toxins, poison, marijuana. If they've had head trauma in the past, this could also create seizures later on in life. Just know that pets are usually unconscious, therefore they're unaware of what is happening to them. They don't know if they're going to bite you. They don't know that you're mom. They don't know anything that's happening around them. They're unconscious. So the things that's happening to them, they don't know or remember. The reason that timing the seizure is super important is because seizures that last more than 5 minutes can be very harmful to the dog's brain. If they're having 2 or more in a 24-hour period, it is definitely a need to see your veterinarian as soon as possible. Any seizure that's lasting longer than 30 minutes can cause your pet permanent brain damage. If you feel that your pet needs to be seen by the veterinarian, it is a great idea to call ahead. Before you even travel to the vet, it is a great idea to put something covering your seat. When you come to the veterinarian, it is a good idea to bring your driver's license because if your pet does need to go home on some sort of seizure medication, most of those are controlled substance, and your veterinarian will need your driver's license to prove that it's you that's getting the medicine. They're going to run some blood work. They're probably going to run a normal blood panel, depending if your dog is old or young. They're probably also going to run a thyroid test, so be prepared for that. Most seizures start between 1 and 5 years of age. They can be structural seizures or metabolic seizures, meaning structural, there's a tumor in the brain, or there's liver disease or kidney failure. Metabolic is something like diabetes or hypoglycemia, hypocalcemia, toxins, hyperthermia, hyperthyroidism, caffeine, a stimulant, or chocolate. When your pet is diagnosed with epilepsy, it can cut 2 to 3 years off of the dog's natural life. There is a really great food that they now offer. It is a Purina Pro Plan vet diet. It is called NC or NeuroCare. If your dog has seizures or epilepsy, I do highly recommend you talk to your veterinarian about getting your dog on that food. It is a vet prescription, but it does work wonders. There are a couple stages that we see with seizures. One of them is called pre-ictal, or before the seizure happens. We see things like whining, acting nervous, trembling, salivation. They just don't really know what's going to happen, but they feel something weird. And then the seizure happens. The dog here clearly is having a seizure. He is kicking violently, uncontrollably. He is having a moment here where he can't roll over. He doesn't have control of himself here. It did not last very long. And then there is the stage called post-ictal. This is where they're really confused. They're just dazed, they might wander into a street if left unattended. They sometimes bite themselves or their owners. They cry. Some are temporarily blind, see like fuzzy vision. Just be very careful with your pet in the post-ictal stage. This is something that a lot of people don't take into consideration, that the pet just went through something. They were scared, and they don't remember what happened, and now they still feel weird. So just please practice personal safety here. Also, it is really awesome if you can put your pet in a dark area during this stage. It helps keep them calm. It reduces stimuli on their brain, and it kind of helps them to just relax. If your pet is crying at this point, you could gently pet them, you could sit by them, but just be careful that they don't hurt you. I want to talk about one myth that a lot of people say that can happen with seizures. Dogs cannot swallow their tongue, and neither can people. They are attached into the mouth, and so they're not able to swallow them. They might bite their tongue during a seizure, so keep your hands back. Don't dare reach in there and try to hold their tongue. Another one is don't hold your pet down. If you try to hold your pet down during a seizure, you're not only putting yourself at risk, but you're also putting your pet at risk. Ligaments and tendons can be strained from trying to restrain a pet who is having a seizure. And when they're done with the seizure, they're extremely sore and extremely tired. It is best to just leave them down on the floor, make sure that they're padded enough that they're not going to hit anything, and let the seizure complete itself. It is a great idea to start a seizure diary. What you saw, the signs before, the signs after, how long it lasted, the date and the time. Has there never been a seizure? Is this a reoccurring thing? Did you notice a pattern, like they didn't eat and then they had a seizure, or they ate a bunch and they had a seizure, or extreme activity and they were sleeping and had a seizure? All of these things are very important, and your vet is going to want to know. Also, if your pet is unwell and is having seizures, that is a time to definitely see the vet over it. I really hope that I helped you learn some things about seizures today and what to do and what not to do. If you have any questions, please leave them below. I'll get to you as soon as I can. And I just want to say, I'm here for you. You're here for your pet. Have a great day.